Hey there, friend! Welcome back to the Closing Chapters podcast, where every mission has a story. Can I send you a connection? Yes! 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 You do not have to pick up the phone and call me and ask me if you can make a connection. Put me in a message. Put me in an email. Put me on a three-way call. I love it. Love it, love it, love it when somebody is willing to connect me to someone else because it is a warm body feeding a warm body. Hey, friends, we're taking it back to 2019. And this time, we're going to talk about an interesting transaction. Not only was it personal because it happened to be a coworker of my husband's, but two, they were just family friends of ours, and they had lived on the military base, and that's all they knew since they had been married. So this was their first time actually trying to buy a house. The interesting piece was, is we were wanting to be balling on a budget. And what I mean is that we needed to find them a property under $100,000 that would fit a king size bed in the primary bedroom. That is a challenge. If you know the Sumter market, we have a ton of three bedroom, one and a half bath houses that are teeny tiny, right about 1,000 square foot. That could have possibly been in that price point at this time. Nowadays, you're really lucky to find anything under 175 that is livable, nonetheless decent. So we had our work cut out for us. And what we ended up finding was a detitled mobile home. And you go, wait, Brittany, you sell houses, not mobile homes. Yeah, well, when you have a mobile home that is on a permanent foundation and it has been checked by a structural engineer to say, hey, it no longer can be hooked up and pulled away, it is now a permanent fixed property, then the VA can play ball and we can get a VA loan on the property. So we were able to find them a very spacious property that was over 2,000 square feet, definitely fit not only their king size bed, it also allowed all of their children to have separate spaces and room for them to add in a pool table because who doesn't need a pool table in their dining room? We've been there, done that. That phase has passed in our lives. So, anyhow, we were able to secure them this property for $73,000. So, VA loan, no down payment, under $100,000, and it checked the boxes. It gave them the space that they needed. Bonus, they were only 10 minutes from the base, max. It was still very close to the installation, very close to everything that they were used to. So it ended up being a win-win. And they loved the property so much so that they kept doing projects at it, one after another. And it was really fun. But it was like a whole shop endeavor. It was like one of the guys is coming over and helping us dig out a spot for the pool. So legitimately, it was a whole shop endeavor. They were one of the shop families that invites everyone over and says, hey, let's cook out. So it was super helpful for them to have the space. And they had a very, very nice large yard. So they were able to entertain in that backyard all day long. Now, the interesting piece comes that when they went to sell, and mind you, these are friends of ours that were in our shop, and they just thought, once again, this is a military mindset that if you're not physically there, then that means you're off the table, that you don't want to help them. So they tried to sell it going through another agent, and it did not go well. And ultimately, I had no idea the property was on the market at the time. She ended up coming back to me and saying, hey, this is what's going on. We've got the house on the market. We're getting out of the military. Is this right? What do you think? And it's like, girlfriend, I cannot tell you. I cannot be of help. You went around me. I can't tell you the number of times that I've experienced that. And when I said, hey, I could have helped you. I would have listed the property for you. Like we would have done this much better. She was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know. I didn't think about it. I just thought since you're not here. No, 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 no. And even if I wouldn't have listed the property, then I would have had the right contact that would have done the work just like me. Because when I pick referral partners to work with, they need to work like me. They need to be up to par and do things similar to the way that I do because I want to pass my folks off to someone and it be very smooth and feel like familiar, right? I want it to not be some big, huge adjustment. And every agent has their own way of doing things and will make little tweaks and nuances, and so be it. But overall, I want it to feel like, okay, this is the process. I understand you work just like Brittney. And that really brings a lot of comfort in a time that is stressful. And for them, that's exactly what had happened. It was like the clock was running out. They had this property on the market. They were moving back home to Kentucky and they couldn't, like, they just felt stuck. Like, where do I go? How do we get this thing sold? Ultimately, it sold, but they had to do some extra steps that had already been done to the property prior to. And if they would have asked me and we could have worked on it, then we would have made sure all of those details and everything was up to snuff before it would have been listed. So, moral of the story is one, you're probably not finding a decent property under under $75,000, nonetheless $100,000 anymore. So when you hear these numbers, just remember this was back in 2019. This was a hot minute ago. And two, the second moral to the story is rely on your trusted advisors. Go back to them first. It does not matter if they are physically in your location or not. It does not matter if they can physically help you or not. They would much rather you pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. Can you help? What's my next steps? Because there's a couple things that are going to happen. When you do that, one, I'm going to tell you the next steps that I would typically be prepared for if I were representing you. That way, you already have a game plan and can start thinking about things. And then I'm going to say, yes, I can help, or no, I cannot help, but here is who can. And I'm going to put someone fantastic in your lap. So I pride myself on being able to make these connections and have this phenomenal referral network so that I can do that and keep quality clients in quality care, right? So this is super, super important to remember. If anything else, just remember, call your trusted advisor. We are here to support you now and in the future. That's all there is to it. And we want to support you. We want to support your friends. We want to support your family. We want to support those new coworkers coming in. We want you to be a walking, talking marketing billboard for us every day and all day. There's never a time that I'm going to pick up the phone and you're going to say, hey, Brittney, I have somebody that I really wanted to send over to you, but I just wanted to check with you first. Is that okay? Can I send you a connection? Yes. 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 You do not have to pick up the phone and call me and ask me if you can make a connection. Put me in a message. Put me in an email. Put me on a three-way call. I love it. Love it, love it, love it when somebody is willing to connect me to someone else because it is a warm body feeding a warm body, right? More than likely, if you are calling me and asking me to connect them, you've already talked to them about me. You've already said, this is a good person. Please let me get you in touch with them. And they've got warm fuzzies about me already because they know you, and now you know me, and we're one big happy family, right? I can make that into a little song. But, anyways, just a reminder that that is how I run my business. I run off of referrals. I don't do cold calling. I don't pay for leads. I strictly run off of referrals. And that comes from you, my friends, and it comes from other agents in the business that I work with. And that's how I like to do my business. It really suits me well. I feel like it gives me more time to honor my clients and be there for them when they need me to be. Doesn't mean things don't still get a little bit shady and busy sometimes, but I'm not soaking up my days trying to make a million phone calls to cold leads or sending out a bunch of mailers to every neighborhood on the block. I'm taking the time to check in with my past clients and send anniversary cards and do client events. And I get the freedom to do that because of the support that I have within my business. So, just a reminder, I am never too busy for you to pass along a referral to me. And even if I cannot help that person, I am more than willing to find the right person that can help them. I have people that call me all the time and just say, "Hey, I know you're licensed in North Carolina. Do you serve this area?" And it'll be 2.5, 3 hours away from me. And it's like, no, I don't, but that's okay. I'll find you someone, right? Hang tight. And that's the amazing part about all of this is like, even if I can't be the person, I can be the source of the source. I have an amazing network of realtors all the way around. And the really beautiful part about that is even if I have a gap, like somewhere that I don't have someone, then I go to my person closest to there. I just had one recently out in North Carolina that was west of Charlotte, and Charlotte's about 2.5 hours from me. So I called my Charlotte gal and I said, "Hey, do you cover this area?" She said, "No, I do not, but I certainly have a friend that used to live in that area. Let me call her." And that's how we connect, right? Like, and this person is top notch. So she's not passing along anybody else that is not top notch because that's a reflection of her, right? So that is how we run our business so well whenever we have incoming referrals and get to focus on the people that we love the most. So, anyhow, I hope that you have a wonderful day. And just remember, if there's a will, there's a way. We just have to be able to dictate what the priority is when you're looking at a property and where we can ebb and flow, right? So for them, they just wanted a single family home. They didn't want to be attached by walls and they needed to be able to fit that king size bed. Those were my criteria to work with within their budget. And we were able to make it happen. So I can't say that there's a 100% success rate with that. Sometimes people aren't willing to be creative or have a vision in their mind that they can't part with, and that's okay. There's a time and a place, and sometimes we just need to take a step back and make a plan to go forward. But if you're willing to be creative, so am I, and we can find a way, my friends. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you for being here and listening in on this episode of Closing Chapters with me. I truly enjoy putting this content together, and I hope that you enjoy it too. If so, could you like, subscribe, and share this episode with somebody you know that will enjoy it just as much as you did? Thank you so much.